Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Hi, thank you for watching Rise and Radke on replay on on YouTube or Instagram. But we are here live, and look where we are.
I got demoted to the back seat. We're on a long road trip, and I'm sitting in the back.
We're not on a road trip. Actually, we did take a road trip to get here today, and it took about 7 seconds because we are at my granny's house. So let me cut that off right there. And oh, look, I hear everybody is already saying hi to Granny.
Hello to all my friends. I don't get to see you much. I have to stay in.
Okay, first of all, you don't have to stay in. You choose to stay in. This is my granny, Mary Willman. And she is, yes, she's very cute. Somebody just said, she's so cute. And I think she looks cute too. David Radke, what are you doing? Come sit down.
I just know you.
They're saying, oh, hi, Granny. So say hi to everybody.
Hi,
Granny is on here today. Today is We're Here For You Wednesday. And listen to me. We had so many questions come in. Probably because y'all knew Granny was going to be answering some of them. You had so many questions come in. So if you do not hear, we had good ones too, but I can't get to all of them. So I chose 3, and then I'll do some more next week when it's just boring old David and I, okay? But this week we've got Granny here.
Y'all let Granny know where you are watching from.
Yeah, so tell Granny where you're from. Granny, we've got people on here from Oklahoma. We've got Missouri on here. Good morning, Granny. Melissa says great things about you.
Oh, I wonder if my friend Brazorio is on here.
You have a friend named Brazorio?
No, Glenda.
Glenda from Brazoria.
She watches everything.
Brazorio, I thought that sounded like a nice looking yard guy.
By the way, I was going to say Brazorio. I think it's Brazoria, not Brazorio.
Brazorio.
Is it? Ohio's on
Architectural
here.
landscape.
Tennessee is on here. Listen to that, Granny. From Soddy Daisy, Tennessee. Have you ever heard that? I've never heard of that in my life.
Granny, a lot of times we have people from Germany and Ireland and Australia.
Hidden Valley Lake, California. Round Rock, Texas. If you are Glenda from Brazoria, let us know. That's my granny's friend. And apparently she watches every day, so that's kind of awesome. We also have some women in our family who watch a lot. And you want to say something to them?
Becky in Houston. She's probably not getting to work because she does a daycare.
Oh, yeah?
I talked to her over the weekend.
Okay. Well, and anybody else that knows my granny, be sure and fess up.
Nelda jumps on sometimes.
Nelda gets on here sometimes.
Aiken, Arkansas, the Luptons.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry, you guys. My voice is gone again.
My mom and daddy jump on and watch sometimes.
Yes, the Radkes jump on and watch sometimes. And someone
talks
just...
for a while and they tune out. But.
By the way, stop talking. Somebody just said, Granny, you look absolutely beautiful this morning.
Lord.
I said she looks just like my mother sitting here. I think she looks just like my mother sitting here. Look how much bigger I am than my granny. How did that happen? My big like my pawpaw, I guess, right?
You're also like the Lees. You're not as much like Roy's family.
I'm not?
They were nice people.
The least, yeah, exactly. All right, today is We're Here For You Wednesday. And if you have questions for Granny, by all means, shoot them out. She will be glad to answer them. David will be reading your questions, and then we'll stop intermittently.
You're going to have to give me the phone. I can't read that
You
far.
can't read that far? We'll be stopping intermittently to let Granny answer some questions from them.
I will tell you right now, so many of you are great about sharing. If you have not shared this morning, this is going to be a treat.
And I said, Granny, this is what I said to her before we started. There are 2 grannies. There's the real granny. Oh, that's a pistol and will tell you exactly what she's thinking. And then there's the sweet, demure Southern granny.
Oh, wow.
And that's what she's going to try to be on here today. Don't let her fool you. Okay? So you better be yourself on here. Are you looking at all their comments? Can you read that far? I can't.
I can't.
Okay. All right. Spitting image of your mom. Those genes run deep. Yes, I see my mom and Melba in this face right here. I see my mom and Melba in that attitude as well. All right, Granny. Our first question comes from a lady named Marcy. Okay? She's got several children. 5, in fact. Girl, 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 and then boy, boy. So her youngest 2 are boys. And her oldest son, so it's her oldest freshman in college. He just finished his freshman year. And he was very involved in track. And the reason she wanted me to know that is because the coach was hard on him and the son had to abide by all the rules, and he did, okay? But then this is what she writes. But now summer is here, and he is back home, and he's among his high school friends, and the parties have started to pop up, okay? He was raised in a home that alcohol was not a big part of. So one part of me says, oh, this is just something all boys go through, right? But another side of me says, no, he is underage and he is not going to drink. And then I flip all the way back to, but no, I have to let him get it out of his system. He is a good kid. And before you even think about it, Melissa, I am not a cool mom, okay? I'm the mom that is hard on my kids. So I'm curious as to what your thoughts are on the subject and how you would handle this if it was your son and Rocco was experiencing the pressure of being cool. Well, I don't have a teenager yet. Well, Remy, but poor Remy. She literally doesn't even have a phone. And the other day, one of her friends texted her on my phone and said, IDEK. And Remy had to write back, I'm sorry, I don't know what IDEK means. And they were like, I don't even know, Remy. It means I don't even know. Like, when are you going to get in the know, Remy? Bless her heart. So, but I certainly have never raised a teen boy. But you have. So what do you say? Did your teen boy ever want to go out and like party it down?
We didn't want him to drink. You cannot tell about the cells in your body, whether you inherited. It's just one drink might turn it on. But we didn't have it in our house. We talked about how bad it was, and I believe that he thought it was bad.
Oh, really? You scared him enough?
You
believe? Oh, but you said you said I believe he thought it was bad. So maybe you don't know everything he did.
Maybe I don't, but
But she likes it that way.
I lived, and my husband lived before him, that we didn't want it. And I asked somebody one time, her son was in deep trouble. I said, did you have guns and whiskey in your house? And she said, yes, we always did. And she had raised him with guns and whiskey.
So are you saying you have to choose one? You can choose.
You can have guns
or whiskey,
but not
You
whiskey.
have to live it before them and show them.
You have to live
And
it
it
before.
don't take many drinks to turn on those cells that crave it.
To turn on the cells that crave it. Can we go back momentarily to the whiskey and the guns?
It's true.
First of all, you had guns in your house when the kids were
but they
growing
didn't
up.
have whiskey.
But we didn't have drinking. We wouldn't allow it. And my husband was very strict about it.
Okay. I would agree. My papa was definitely conservative when it came to that. But I also think that Papa would have been the type that waited up. They're going to go to that party. When they get in, I'm going to be sitting there waiting. David, what do you say to that?
Underage, absolutely not. I don't agree with that. And she mentioned being the cool mom, because I've had conversations with people saying, well, I know they're going to drink, so I'd rather them drink at my house. And no, I don't. I think that's just a bad example. If you like the law or not or whatever, that's not really the point. You're kind of telling your kids it's okay to skirt around this and skirt around that, and so that could open the cells of other bad things.
Yeah, somebody just said, there's your phone. It's your friends calling from Brazoria.
No, it's wanting me to do my car, and I'm not listening to it. He calls every morning at 9 o'clock.
What does he want you to do?
Register that thing, the warranty on the car, and I don't drive it.
Oh, Patrick.
If you're watching and you're trying to get my granny to register the warranty on her car, quit calling her.
No, it's
She's
Patrick.
not interested. It's not Patrick.
Oh, I thought she said it was Patrick.
No, it's the man trying to sell her something.
It's one of those e-tech calls.
And
He won't hang up.
we're not having it. Somebody just said they really liked that Granny just said you got to live it before you teach it. And that was good, Granny. That was good.
Thank you.
So there you go, Marcy. Our thoughts are, You want to let him, you want to go the whole boys will be boys route? Fine. Do that at 21.
But they tell me
Do
that
it.
they want you to be concerned about them and they'll obey it more if you enforce it. And I believe that.
They
Don't
do.
you-
I really do believe
don't you,
they
David?
want boundaries.
Were you
They do.
were you a disciplinarian?
Yeah.
Were you a spanker?
Or a hitter.
Were you a or were you a hairbrusher? That's what I am. I chase them around with a hairbrush.
They're not scared of a hairbrush.
They're not scared of me is the
I
problem.
don't know what she sings.
All right. Callie.
Hey, I think a great t-shirt would be, don't go opening any cells.
You did, you did say that. Don't go opening those cells. You're going to open your cells up. Have you ever opened your cells up to anything, Granny?
Well, sure, I've made mistakes,
No.
What?
but not drinking.
What were they?
Well, I ain't telling you. You don't need to know.
It's just us.
All right, here we
Just
go.
us and a couple of our
Yeah, it's just us, Granny. You can tell us. We won't tell anybody. Callie from Southern Illinois. Here's her question. Her question was adorable, but I had to narrow it down a little bit. She says she lives in a state where nothing's open yet. Absolutely nothing is open. And she said, Melissa, I have an upcoming fall wedding. She didn't say wedding. Wedding. She didn't say wedding. I said wedding. I'm sorry. My country's coming out. I have an upcoming fall wedding and I am stressing. I have waited 8 years for this man to propose to me and I probably won't have the wedding that I've always dreamed about. Are there any ideas to help a sister out? I do want to hear your thoughts on this, but I'm going to give you my thoughts first and you are not going to like them. You're not going to like it, Sweet Callie from Southern Illinois. And the reason is because, Granny, you correct me if I'm wrong. I had the big wedding. I had the big, huge dress. My wedding looked like sweeps week on all my children. I kid you not. I had the big train that went all the way down. I had the women lined up and the men lined up, and I had all the cakes, all the different cakes. I mean, I had a very elaborate wedding. If I could go back, I would do it so differently. I would save the money. I would save the headache. I would have made it far more of an intimate thing between he and I. I'm not saying I would have eloped to Hawaii, though that's not bad, but I just would have done it differently because after 26 years of marriage, the wedding was never what I had always built up in my head. You're exhausted. You are broke. Your mouth hurts from trying to greet all the people. You don't really relish this moment. You may find that this is a blessing in disguise. That's probably not what you wanted to hear. What are y'all's thoughts?
I'd keep it simple and enjoy a reception afterwards, especially in these hard times that we're in. Mm-hmm. Keep it simple, but then have a nice reception.
What'd you do?
With your friends?
What did y'all do?
I just had a very small wedding and had punch and cake, and some came from Dallas.
But that's because you were pregnant, like way out to
Oh,
here.
shut up.
See, there were shotguns.
There was shotgun wedding. That was it a shotgun wedding?
No.
What if it was and we're just now revealing it? Granny, was it?
No, you idiot. You ain't got a brain.
You gone and opened a cell, Melissa.
I'm sorry, but I'm telling you, at some point in this house, there's been guns and whiskey.
No, there has not.
All right. So David, what do you think?
We've got
You're
lots-
the man. Okay, we have questions for Granny, or do you have?
Well, we've got lots of people saying, I agree, I had a big wedding. I wish I would have had a small wedding.
I've heard it so many times.
So many times.
So I do feel bad about her because she might have sent that a couple of days ago. So all 50 states are at least open partially.
Yeah.
Now, like Los Angeles is shut down possibly all summer. So there's still areas that are completely shut down. Every state's open partially. So maybe there's some place interstate or close by. But Michigan had all that rain and everything, and Illinois is getting some of that too. So now she could be dealing with some, rain and water issues.
I
and all
think
that
the
kind of
biggest
stuff.
issue here is that it took her 8 years to get that man to propose. Now I got a word for him.
Here's the question: did he propose before COVID?
You know what?
Or in
He may have
COVID.
proposed after COVID, not thinking, I won't have to pay for a big, huge wedding. If I ask her now, we won't have to pay for anything. We won't have to pay for the hundreds of guests that she wants. I bet she's going to be a beautiful bride, no doubt about it. And she wants what every girl has dreamed of. But I'm just telling you, I have a feeling you and this guy are going to be married for a really long time. And you're going to look back after all these years and be like, Bruce, why didn't you and I just go do that down at the lake with like 75 people and call it a day? That's
But
what
you
you're
know, I
gonna
have no idea what weddings are now. Can you imagine if you take that, I have no idea, 10, 20, maybe even $30,000,
Save it and put it
Oh,
on.
my
and
goodness.
you
House.
invested it in something, or maybe you put it down to
David, you don't invest it. You buy a boat. That's what you do. Granny, I have wanted a pontoon
I never
boat for
thought
years.
I'd be on a boat, though.
David, stop. Have wanted a pontoon boat when we got our stimulus check. I said, David, can we get us a
Oh,
pontoon?
Lord.
You wouldn't like to go out on it, huh?
First of
Granny,
all-
you love to sunbathe.
First of all, Granny would want to pay her bills first. Second of all, she knows the stimulus check would buy
It
you like a
don't-
flat bottom fishing boat.
It don't go very far.
It does not go very far. You're absolutely right. Love you, Mary Louise. Stand your ground, Glenda Minton Lane.
I know she'd be looking.
Oh, do you have anything that you say? I do.
I love her. Her sister was my very best friend.
Oh, really?
So her sister passed away, and she's trying to keep me cheered up.
Oh, that's sweet.
She calls people all over Houston and tells them to watch it.
Why are you upset about that? By the way, I have to tell y'all this story that my granny told me the other day. She said that a woman in her church had passed, and she was very sad about it. So she called the woman's husband, and she said, I checked on him, and I talked to him, and I talked to him, and I didn't know what to say, so I told him, I told him all the things I know, which is a lot of things. And then when I ran out of things to tell him, I told him jokes. Okay, I want to say a couple of things to that. First of all, how long was that phone conversation? And secondly, perhaps reaching out to a widower days after his wife has passed.
He's lonely.
Granny, that doesn't look good. You look
He's
like
a
a
friend.
woman that's out.
He's a friend, and he has a turnip green patch.
Oh, that's what she's interested in.
Granny, she's wants some turnip
You
greens.
can't eat all those turnip greens.
Ah, Granny, hey.
His children all live away from here. He just has 3. And he said, I'm not making any decisions right now.
But did he say anything about the turnip greens?
Oh, he said they're growing.
And did you say, let me come over there and help you pickle?
No, I didn't say that.
You're going to eat into it. Hey, I was wanting to, everybody was talking about saving your money for weddings, do weddings small. This will not surprise you at all. This lady said, we had a big, capital B-I-G. We had a big, wonderful, expensive wedding, $, and never regretted it one day.
Really?
Mary Jo
We
Bartlett.
weren't in it.
Mary Jo Bartlett, my gosh, she's a friend of mine. She doesn't do nothing small.
We weren't in the COVID-19.
That's
either.
true. We
There's
weren't
a
in-
lot of difference.
There's a lot of difference, Mary Jo. First of all, I got a friend, her name's Mary Jo. She's the one talking. She should live in Texas. She's got big hair, big boobs, big clothes, big personality, big mouth. She should live in Texas. I don't know what she's doing outside of Texas. But of course she had a big wedding and never regretted it. But for me, I did. But you're right, Granny. It's different times now.
I've heard so many saying they wish they'd have saved their money. Maybe had a reception later.
Okay,
Heather
here's
Kennedy
one.
says that it sounds like Granny has more friends than her.
Hey, I think this is Heather Kennedy's question I'm fixing to ask, David.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Look at that.
That is so weird. By the way, David, someone asked if you would please put up the tutorial on YouTube from yesterday.
I did.
Actually, I think she said, have you put it up yet?
Yes, I'll double check, but I think I did. So,
Okay.
So hey, so anybody that did not catch Tutorial Tuesday, yesterday was Tutorial Tuesday. #shave me.
Granny, yesterday I put up a tutorial, a how-to video, teaching people how to shave their face.
Oh, my Lord.
What?
You're not very busy, are you?
Did you ever do that when you were a burgeoning young thing? You never did? How come?
Did you plug? Did you wax?
No, I have to pull them. They're long now.
All right.
Or,
Take that down a notch. Okay, but I'm being serious because my mother shaved her face. So I figured she learned it from you.
Well, she didn't.
Okay. You know,
Amy said she shaved her face watching you this morning.
That's a little personal. I'd like you to keep that to yourself. Well, I do, Granny. I shave my face, and I don't think it comes in any thicker or any darker or anything like that, and it makes my makeup go on smoother. Have you ever heard of that?
Don't believe it.
You're just being turkey.
Hey, Sandy Willis asked, are you on YouTube? We're not familiar with that platform.
Oh,
We're
hush
on a
it.
Similar
You
platform.
hush it.
We're on a similar platform called YouTube.
Hush it, David. You know what she meant.
Well, as Facebook.
Does
and
anybody
Instagram.
have any questions for Granny? Any personal, directly related to her? My granny was married for how many years?
68.
68 years to the man that she loved, to one man and one man only. And she was in love with him, and she would drive by on her bicycle in front of his house all day. She would drive back and forth until finally he said, who's that girl on the bicycle that keeps driving? And my granny was a looker. She was a looker. She looked, Granny, you looked almost Hawaiian. People have told you that. You had the dark hair and dark skin. And she was really beautiful. And her and my papa were happily married for 68 years. And he was a good looking man too, wasn't he? He was very handsome. And do you have any, and you raised 3 kids? Would you say successfully?
I sure hope so.
2 out of 3 aren't
2
bad.
out of 3 are not bad. Two successful ones out of 3 are not bad. She now lives with her daughter Melba. And this is Melba moved in with Granny when you had a stroke and we're having some problems. And so Melba moved in, and then she never went away, did she?
Well, she stays every night. She works every day. Mm-hmm. But we do good.
Although there was that one Sunday y'all pulled up to church fighting and you got out of the car and yelled, "We're gonna get a divorce." Do you remember that?
We have, I don't think you're ever supposed to ask ladies about their age, but we do have a 7-year-old wanting to know how old Granny is.
How old are you, Granny?
I'm 88. I'm almost 89. In 3 months, I'll be 89.
Wow, that's
I
awesome.
thank the Lord. He's my power, my strength. He helps me get up every morning. You know, they say you better get up, do something, and sit in your chair, and I do.
Did you just say you get up and sit in your chair?
You go from
Well,
like
I
this
get
way
up.
to this.
Well,
And then I get down.
Sometimes you have to wait till you remember everything. And
Granny, Holly wants to know what your favorite meal is.
right now, at my age, I kind of like soup because I'm getting where I can't chew that meat. But I like meat and potatoes and soup. I can.
It was pizza. You
Yeah,
love
I
pizza.
love pizza, but I got over that.
I'm a little offended you didn't say brisket.
Granny, somebody asked, do you have
I
any?
love David's brisket, but I can't cook it tender like that.
Do you have any advice for a long marriage? Somebody asked.
Well, I always struggled with different things, and if I'd get down on my knees and pray, I'd get up a different person. The world looked different. So I've had some trials. My husband was sick, and I had to take him to Vita. It ain't no fun.
Mm-hmm. The dialysis.
But I'd pray, and I'd just get up every morning and take him.
No,
I think I
the
did.
thing for the blood, DeVita.
The dialysis.
Dialysis.
I said
Oh, I thought you said Dallas.
His kidney failure. I was trying to say kidney failure.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just glad that I was able to take him and that I'm making it. I think he'd be glad that somebody's taking care of me at night.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
They want to know what you think of the face mask during COVID, Granny.
Well, I wear one, but they are hot, and sometimes it gets up over my eye, and I can't see, but I put it on.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you a story of the eye mask that Granny made.
The eye mask.
The face mask.
You don't have to tell everything.
Granny, I came down to this house and she had sewed a mask. It was the size of a very small Light Days maxi pad.
Well, I didn't know it had to be lined.
It was this long and that wide. Okay? It would have gone exactly like this. right here. That's it, wasn't it? But that, I saw it and I said, what is this? And Melba said, oh, but let her tell you about the first one she made. Tell us about the first one you made.
I don't even remember.
Granny.
She didn't want to wear one anyway.
Melba said, Melissa, it went all the way from here to here. Like Granny doesn't, that's kind of, there's no in between. And there's no in between with Granny. If she loves you all the way and forever. If she doesn't, you're on her hit list, okay? Like you're never going to gain that love, okay? So this was the first one. This was the second one. Then my friend Mindy Britton made me some and I gave you one of them. And you like it, don't you? Do you wear it?
Yeah, I wear it, but she grabbed it out of my purse Monday because she had a new boss and she was afraid she better have it on, so she took it away from me.
Okay.
Melba. That leads to a good question. Who is your favorite?
Oh,
Annette, Melba, or Melissa?
I don't have favorites.
No, but not out of your kids. Out of your grandkids, who's your favorite? Granny.
You're getting me in trouble.
Who is it, though?
I don't have a favorite.
You have a favorite grandkid.
I pray for them every night down the line. 11.
But am I at the top?
No.
Yes, I am. Look at that face. Okay.
Angela Greer is on, by the way.
Oh, I love her to death.
Oh, she's on here. Okay, Granny, we're going to wrap it up. Heather says, I've always struggled with my weight. Up and down, up and down, up and down, back up, back down. And I also struggle with it consuming my every waking thoughts. I've been working from home since March. I go back June 1st. And let's just say the snacks at my home are way better than the snacks at work. And so I've really put on some weight. And now I'm filled with anxiety to go back to the office in June for fear of what people will think. Is there any advice you can give me on coping with anxiety and not caring what people think so much?
It has to be in your mind to eat properly. If you eat healthy, you won't crave snacks if you eat healthy. I've told so many people that. I told a young man the other day he lost 25 pounds and he's got a good report at his doctor. I said, Tim, he was just dying to eat again. Mm-hmm. I said, Tim, it's in your brain. You got to tell your brain.
But she's asking though more about how do we deal with, if we've put on the weight, how do we still walk around with confidence?
Well, don't worry about other people.
Did you?
Eat healthy.
Because this is coming from a woman who was a member of TOPS for 100 years.
No, it wasn't.
Really?
Not 100 years.
What was TOPS?
TOPS, take off pounds sensibly. Papa would make fun of you and you would come home from your meetings.
Was that like the original Weight Watchers or something?
No, it was a club all its own. It was different than Weight Watchers. You didn't count about food or anything, but if you gained, you had to put money in the kitty. If you lost, they rewarded you. And
with a hot fudge sundae.
We tried to work on our brain, getting our brain to accept things.
So it was legalized gambling is what I'm hearing.
You had to put money in the kitty.
But it was fun. You got acquainted with people that had the same problems you did. And then you crowned the queen. One of our club members.
Oh, that's right. You wanted to be the TOPS queen. You did
not, but I cooperated and everything. But she went to Texas. She was queen of Texas. She lost. She would tell me she would walk 6 miles every morning.
I'm not interested.
Well, you've got people saying that they.
My grandma was in TOPS, and I never knew what it stood for. Say it one more time. Take off pounds sensibly.
It was good club.
It was a good.
They still meet.
Hey, I will say this on that question. Mm-hmm. One, it's very easy to say, don't worry about what people think about you. It's much easier to say that than actually do that. Mm-hmm. But I will also say this. People don't think about you as often as you think they think about you.
That's exactly right.
So don't obsess about
you are thinking about yourself
happening
far more than they are. Everyone is so self-consumed, Heather. They are so consumed with themselves. I promise you that. And when I find people, my friends always say to me, I wish I had half the confidence you have, Melissa. But it's honestly because I just took a really long look at what I was thinking about, and it was always me. And I just realized they're all thinking about them.
People don't love you. They just make remarks and don't even think.
Are you talking about me specifically? Because that's
Don't
hurtful.
worry about what people think.
That's
Do
right.
what you need.
Do what you need.
Somebody gave you a high compliment, Melissa. They
What?
said that you favor your granny.
Oh,
Oh, that's really sweet. But you would not probably say that if you saw my granny from my other side, my daddy's side, because I do look
you're
a lot.
more like your daddy's side. It's in look,
Yes, granny.
but your actions.
Granny's sweeter.
But my actions are what? Are they-
Different.
Okay. Last one. I just want to give a shout out because Leanna
Shout
Fortner.
out!
Okay. Leanna Fortner watches us religiously. She does. She's such a great person to watch. And her son Jeffrey it's senior day, which for them is a lot like graduation. You know, that's what they got to have today. And isn't he so great? She said he is graduating as salutatorian, and they're so proud of him. And he'll be wearing 2 medals, 2 stoles, and 3 cords. Look at him, how handsome.
Beautiful.
Isn't he so handsome? He looks so great. Congratulations on your senior day. I'm really proud of you. Of course, your mother's proud of you, Jeffrey. She should be. When I graduated, here's what I wore on my maroon graduating gown. So,
I hope they could hear that talk in the background.
that's what I wore. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You know what I wore on my graduating gown? A chip on my shoulder. That's what I wore.
She's sorry.
You know, the last person drafted in the NFL draft is called Mr. Irrelevant
Why are we telling that?
because Melissa was
Mrs. Irrelevant.
Irrelevant.
I
for
didn't
graduating.
graduate last in my class. Okay? There was 3 drug addicted kids who came twice a year and they were after me. All right.
Two of them were.
I'd love to have a book of granny wisdoms. That's what somebody said.
Who said that?
I don't know their name, but somebody
Miss
just said,
Tammy?
I'd love to have a book of granny wisdoms. I'm going to end today with a sweet little story about my granny that my Aunt Melba told me the other day, and I had never heard it in my life, and I think y'all are going to enjoy it. I'm sitting at the very table that was my granny and my papa's for their entire life. This is the dining room table. And I'm sitting actually where she would sit. And my granny, my entire life, has always had placemats on her table. Always. She's got placemats all over her table. And she makes notes. She's a note taker, and she always has been. And she would write down notes on pieces of notebook paper, and she would put them under the placemat. And this is where she would keep them. And one day, my pawpaw was cleaning off the table after lunch, and he was wiping it down, and he went to pick up the placemat and noticed a sheet of notebook paper. Well, he didn't want to get it wet, so he picked it up and he continued to wipe, and he looked at it, and it was a grocery list. Now, my papa was a farmer and rancher for many, many years, and our field out here was full of cows. And he would breed the cows, and he would breed the bulls and sell the bulls and all that. And literally, the notebook paper said, bananas, creamer, milk, sell cows for funeral, bread. And Granny, you had made a list.
That Papa
And
didn't
on
know.
that my papa didn't even know about. And on her to-do list for the day was to sell all of his cows to pay for his funeral. And he said, Mary Louise, what are you going to do? And she said, well, one of us is going to die. We're going to need some money. I was going to get rid of those cows, which was his livelihood, which is what he did with his life. Is that a true story?
I don't know. 'Cause I don't remember all those crazy things.
Granny is making a special appearance in the book I'm writing right now, which is about friendship, kinship, and the women that made me this way. And you will hear a lot more from my granny in that book, some of her funny things that she said and funny stories. And that story is going to make it into the book, by the way. Creamer, bananas, milk, sell cows for funeral, bread. So that is my granny in a nutshell. You guys y'all always ask for my granny, my Aunt Melba, my mom to be on. So there we go.
That's good. I enjoyed it.
See, did you feel like it was okay? We didn't embarrass you, did we?
Maybe the way I look, but I can't help the way I look.
You're beautiful. What are you talking about?
I'm a little disappointed that Granny wasn't packing her pistol, though.
Well, I can't get going by 9 o'clock in the morning with my pistol. You know, I had a little pistol. I was just going to keep it. Just 1 or 2 knew about it. It just disappeared.
Who were the 1 or 2 that knew about it?
Your pistol disappeared? Granny, that's a pretty big issue that we probably should not discuss live on TV. Did your pistol really disappear?
How long ago was this?
I kept it. I didn't you know, we would shoot squirrels and things around here. And I kept it and I wrapped it in an undershirt, you know, like a man's undershirt that you can stretch. And just one or two grandchildren knew I had it. It disappeared.
Brandon,
I was gonna say,
Bubba knew.
Was
But it
Brandon-
was Bubba, wasn't it?
No, I don't know who it was.
It was Bubba. Anybody
No-
named Bubba's going to steal a pistol.
Nobody would admit.
We know it wasn't Scott or Tyler.
All right. Bye, guys. Have a wonderful day. We will see you back here on Thursday. She is precious.
Thank you.
Carly Soul just said, I just love you, Granny.
I love Carly too.
Okay, bye, everybody. Have a good day.
See you guys.
I told you some from Houston would listen.
Yeah, some did. Thank you, Granny. I love you.
I love you. I'm going to sit in my chair. This is not good for my back.
How do you think you did?
Well, I didn't get nervous. I thought I might.
She said she didn't get nervous. All
I
right.
didn't get nervous. Another one.